Yeah, I love Ben a lot.
Yeah.
I love the Cardinals even more. And Ben likes to think with his heart.
Yes.
And so do I. This is Stark.
I know. Everybody knows. Stark, dude, you got one of the most famous voices in all of Springfield. Everybody knows.
I don't know about that, but I do love Cardinals baseball, and I did love Albert Pujols. But at the same time, everyone has to put it in perspective that Albert was thinking as a businessman, not as a baseball player. And what he is doing, and it's good for him. It makes more sense. It makes more sense to go to Anaheim because 10 years from now, I don't want to pay Albert Pujols $18 million to play first base at age 42.
He's going to be in his mid to late 40s, and we're trying to give him $20 million to. I mean, come on.
Adam, you know, and he goes to an area where one, he'll be able to DH in the later years. Great for him. He'll be able to put more numbers up. Two, and this is a big thing with the Angels and the area, the Latino community, that will help draw people into the stadium.
Oh, it's a big deal.
With Albert there. It's a big deal, and people here can't.
No doubt. But the other thing is, too, and you guys saw my Facebook, is that it's marketing. These guys, like I said, he's a businessman. It's after the 10-year contract. It's after baseball.
Yeah, right.
He's in Disney, L.A., Hollywood, so he can market himself. Just like Tiger and Kobe and Michael and The Rock, even.
And I defy anybody.
Sold out, right? Yep. I mean, all these guys sell out eventually because they can. Because they're the best at their business.
And Adam, Eric, myself, if someone comes to you and wants to give you 30 to 40% more than what you're making, you're going to turn it down, aren't you?
Oh,
Not a chance in hell.
Yeah.
No.
Listen, if ESPN Radio calls me up tomorrow, I'm not going to be like, I'm really loyal to these guys here at 1450.
You know, the problem is, and you mentioned it, too many people are thinking with their hearts. Well, and as Eric just said before you called, Ben said, well, you just go a little bit more. Well, it's easy for you and me and the listener to say, well, they should have given an extra $15 million. You know what? That's real money to these teams.
Well, but what do you guys think about this? Because this is what I thought. As soon as Ben said that to me, I said, well, listen, I don't think that the Cardinals put that offer on the table in the hopes that he would take it. I think that was a save face offer. I think that they knew somebody was going to offer him something more than that. I think that they knew he was leaving, but in order to save face with their fans, they said, look, man, we just offered him 10 years, $220 million.
The Cardinals aren't stupid. They never had to.
It was a bluff. That was a bluff offer.
Well, it may not have been a bluff. It was, like you said, it was a safe move. You had to do it because he's your guy. But in August, Mozeliak knew La Russa was gone, and he knew Albert was gone. So you have to play the game the right way, and you don't show your hand. My dad tells me this all the time. Don't show your hand. You have to be a better businessman, and that's what happened in this instance. The Cardinals just lost out. But in the end, you still have Wainwright, Carpenter, Berkman. You had the World Series MVP and David Freese. It wasn't Albert. It was David Freese, who is a St. Louis boy, so that's going to be easy to market, right?
That's right, I think.
It's not the end of the world. No. I'm sad. I'm not mad. I'm sad for sure because we just saw one of the best baseball players ever for the last 11 years, and that's fine. If his next 10 years are as good as his first 10, well, then you can, 10 years from now, you can slap me in the face and tell me I was wrong, but that's not going to happen.
I'd bet against
impossible, yeah.
The thing is also, the Cardinals, I think if you really looked, the Cardinals were prepared for this anyway. They re-signed Berkman. They've got a young...
Totally, that's why they're the Cardinals.
Sure. Freeze at third base, not going to cost them much money for the next couple years. Alan Craig in right field. They're talking about Tyler Green at shortstop. I mean, they're going to have some...
I'm not sold on that, but
I'm not either, but you know what,
Albert,
Adam, they've got money. They've got money now to do something with where they wouldn't have been able to do anything at all if they signed out.
Stark, we got another call coming in. We got to go to break.
Okay, hey, can I say one thing about the Illini hire?
Okay.
Great hire, by the way.
It really is.
He was an assistant under Urban Meyer at Bowling Green. And I'm getting this from Jason Gibbs, who we had on the air a couple weeks ago.
Yep.
Jason Gibbs went to Bowling Green and works at ESPN Radio in Cleveland. But this guy worked under Urban Meyer Bowling Green, was Tressel's #1 recruiter at Ohio State until 2007, in case people are worried about recruiting, because I know Zook was pretty good at it.
Yep, that was
and
all he
he's
could
also
do.
a defensive coordinator under Stoops at Oklahoma. This guy has some good pedigree.
All right. Well, hey, thanks, man. We were actually going to maybe try to talk about that a little bit later, but